Okay, let's be clear. You did raise national insurance tax. Leave aside what that does to your conscience and whether you've broken a pledge or not. Tax experts have told us this is one of the worst taxes to increase. On employers, it just discourages hiring, it encourages avoidance, it depresses longer-term wages. Why would you do that? Just to save an election promise, but to make a bad policy?
Well, there were two choices on national insurance. Many people said, given that the previous government cut national insurance based on a false premise, the premise being that the money was there, that what I should have done was just reverse that. I think that would have been the wrong choice, because if I had have done that, all of the burden would have been felt by working people. By choosing to levy the tax on employers, it's then up to employers to find ways to absorb however they can.
That's just disingenuous.
Well,
You will know what the OBR has said, that they've downgraded their forecast for household income because of what has happened to NICs on employers, because fundamentally it does impact people's incomes, and it's just naive to pretend it doesn't.
I'm not saying that it doesn't, Emily, but what I am saying is that the choice was between increasing employee or employer national insurance.
You could have just raised 2p on the income tax altogether. You could have said, do you know
all
what?
Of
that would be a fair tax on everyone.
No, it wouldn't, because all of that burden would have been on working people. The way that I have structured it is that businesses will pay that tax.
There's increases that they won't see now in their pay packets.
And I accept that some of that burden will be felt on employees. But if I had have increased employee national insurance or income tax, all of the burden would have been felt by working people. And of course, as well as the national insurance changes that I made today, I also increased the employment allowance. So the smallest businesses, 1 million of them, will pay either no more national insurance or indeed less national insurance than they were previously.
Paul Johnson has said that is small beer.
Well, he doesn't run a business, but the Federation of Small Businesses represents thousands and thousands of small businesses, and they've welcomed this. In fact, it's something they've been calling for a long time, and it does mean that the smallest businesses, 1 million of them, will be paying less or no more national insurance.
But Chancellor, a friend of mine, he runs a business, employs 40 people, travel consultancy, and he says that the 40,000 extra in national insurance means there will be no annual bonus for the staff. Now, that's obviously directly affecting their incomes because of what you've done on employers' national insurance contributions.
Well, I faced a situation when I became Chancellor in July that there was this massive black hole in the public finances. And the first line of our first mission in our manifesto was to bring stability back to the economy. So I had to put our public finances on a firmer footing. It's not possible to do that without raising taxes in the circumstances that I inherited as Chancellor. I then had to choose how to go about doing that. And what I chose to do was to increase taxes on the wealthiest and on business. Others could make different choices, but I've done everything in my power to protect working people with the choices that I made today.